Reg is back. But for how long? In the Chai Season 7. Episode 5, everything begins to fall apart. Faster than anyone expected. The trailer drops a bombshell, Reg is arrested. And the way it happens? Brutal. It's not just some random takedown. No, this feels personal. And what's worse, Jake sees it all happening right in front of him. Just when he was starting to rebuild his life, everything starts crumbling again. Meanwhile, Nuck is out here making moves. Deadly ones. He pulls the trigger, and someone sees it. Bari. And if you know anything about Bari, you know he's not built for this kind of heat. So now the question is, how long before someone breaks? The lies, the secrets, the guilt. It's all boiling over. Let's break down everything we know from the trailer and what's coming in Episode 5, because it's about to get wild. Episode 5 is titled Safe Harbor, but don't let that name fool you, because there's nothing safe about what's coming. Reg being arrested is the kind of twist that flips the whole story on its head. This man faked his death, stayed in hiding, and now, out of nowhere, the past catches up with him. The trailer gives us a quick glimpse of flashing lights, handcuffs, and Jake standing there, frozen. You can tell by the look on his face. He's not just shocked. He's hurt. Reg was supposed to protect him, not bring chaos back into his life. And if this arrest goes public, it could destroy everything Jake's been trying to build. His brand, his name, his peace. Gone. The arrest also raises a bigger question. Who tipped off the cops? Because someone knew Reg was alive. Someone made the call. Could it be Vic? Toussaint's been sniffing around, and Vic's been trying to play. Both sides. Loyal to Jake, but not willing to let Reg ruin things. It's not far-fetched to think Vic might have done what he thought was necessary to protect Jake, even if it meant betraying Reg. And let's not forget Toussaint's been on a mission ever since Reg popped back up. She doesn't just want answers. She wants justice. And with this arrest, it feels like she's one step closer to blowing the whole operation wide open. But then there's Nuck. While everyone's attention is on Reg, Nuck is out here acting like a kingpin with no conscience. The trailer shows him taking someone out. Again, he's reckless, and it's catching up to him. What's crazy is, right, after he pulls the trigger, Bari sees everything. This dude is shook. His face says it all. He didn't sign up for this. And now he knows too much. Nuck's trying to run things through fear, but fear doesn't buy loyalty forever. And if Bari starts cracking under the pressure, the entire crew could unravel. Add in Alicia, who's already breathing down Bari's neck. And it's only a matter of time before someone snaps. Between Reggie's arrest and Nuck's latest kill, Episode 5 isn't just a turning point. It's a full-on meltdown waiting to happen. Everyone's playing a dangerous game, and no one's walking away clean. Let's talk about what Reggie's arrest really means, not just for him, but for everyone connected to him. Because this isn't just about a man getting caught. It's about loyalty, legacy, and lies finally catching up. For Jake, this is more than public humiliation. It's personal betrayal. Reg disappeared, let everyone think he was dead, and now he's suddenly back in Jake's life, dragging him into danger all over again. And now that Reg is in police custody, you know they're going to press him hard. Names, locations, everything. And if Reg cracks, a whole list of people go down. With him. That includes Nuck. That includes Bari. Maybe even Jake. Because once detectives like Toussaint smell blood, they don't stop. And speaking of Toussaint, she's not just back. She's relentless. In the trailer, her voice cuts through with precision. She's got a tip Reg is alive, and she's following the trail with laser focus. You can tell she's been waiting for this moment. And now that Reg is in her grasp, she's not letting go. She knows Reg is the key to a much bigger puzzle. The city's been bleeding for years. Violence, drugs, secrets, and Toussaint wants to burn the whole thing down, piece by piece. What's chilling is how silent Reg is during all of this. The trailer doesn't give us much of him speaking, but his body language says everything. He knows he's out of options. His face is stone cold, like a man preparing to take the fall. But is he, or is he already planning to trade someone else to save himself? That's the danger here. Reg knows too much. He's seen it all. Nuck's murders, backroom deals, the rise of new players in the game. And if Reg decides to talk, it's game over. Now let's flip back to Bari. He's trapped in the worst way. Watching Nuck kill someone in cold blood isn't just traumatizing, it's a wake-up call. Bari's not built for this. He might talk slick, but deep down, he doesn't want to be a part of this chaos. And now, Nuck knows Bari saw everything. That makes him a liability. You can feel the tension thickening around Bari. Alicia's trying to control him, Nuck's becoming more unhinged, and now Bari's stuck in the middle, holding secrets that could get him killed. One wrong move, one slip, and he could be next. That's what makes this episode so intense. It's not just about action, it's about pressure. People are breaking, alliances are shifting, and no one knows who to trust, not even the audience. Because at this point, anyone could flip, anyone could fall, and the fallout is going to be brutal. Now let's dig into Jake, because he's the heart of this storm, even if he doesn't know it yet. Jake has been trying to build something real for himself. A legit life. He's focused on his business, his brand, and finally stepping into a future that doesn't involve bloodshed or backstabbing. But then Reg comes back, like a ghost carrying all the weight of the past. And now, that past is crashing into Jake's future like a freight train. In the trailer, Reg looks at Jake and says, "If I start a war, I need to know you got my back." That's not just brother talk, that's manipulation. Reg is asking Jake to put everything on the line. His safety, his progress, his peace. And for, what? Loyalty to someone who abandoned him? Jake's not a kid anymore. He's smart enough to see the trap. But it's complicated. Because no matter how much hurt Reg has caused, Jake still loves him. That's the tragedy. Family doesn't disappear no matter how far you try to run. So now Jake's torn. If he turns his back on Reg, he loses a part of himself. But if he follows him, he might lose everything he's worked for. And let's not forget Vic. He's been like a big brother to Jake, stepping up when Reg went ghost. You can already see Vic watching this whole situation unfold, and you know he's not going to stay quiet. He might not say much, but Vic is always thinking 2 steps ahead. If he feels like Reg is a threat to Jake's future, he's going to act. Whether that means confronting Reg or secretly working with Toussaint, we don't know. But he's not going to just sit there and let Jake get pulled into the fire. Meanwhile, back in the streets, things are getting even more volatile. Nuck is spiraling. His violence is no longer calculated. It's emotional, reactive. That's dangerous. The kind of danger that doesn't think before it strikes. And when someone like that starts feeling cornered, like he's losing control, they lash out. Nuck has already killed once in this episode, and the way he did it, with Bari watching, wasn't just a message. It was a warning. He's making moves out of fear now, not strategy. And that makes him unpredictable. Even Pastor Zeke sees it. He tells Nuck, "There are other ways to lead, but you can see in Nuck's eyes, he doesn't believe that. He's too deep. He's convinced the only way to survive is through domination, through blood. And if anyone challenges that, they're done." Which brings us back to Tiff. She's grieving Rob. She's confused about Nuck. And now she's caught in the middle of something far darker than she realizes. In her heart, she might be leaning toward Nuck, but she doesn't know the truth. That he's the one who took Rob from her. That betrayal is coming. And when it does, it's going to shatter everything. Tiff, Jake, Bari, Reg, none of them are safe. And episode 5 is where all those secrets start to surface. You can feel it building. The lies, the guilt, the pressure. It's all coming to a head. And when it explodes, no one will be left untouched. And now, it's time to talk about the storm that's been brewing quietly but dangerously in the background. Detective Toussaint. She may not have had a lot of screen time lately, but make no mistake. She's watching, she's listening, and now she's moving. The trailer gave it away with just one line, but it was enough. She says she got a tip that Reg is alive. That's huge, because that means someone in Reggie's circle is talking. Someone is scared, angry, or desperate enough to betray him. And Toussaint? She doesn't let things like that slip by. When she gets a lead, she bites down and doesn't let go. That tip is going to be the beginning of the end for Reg. He may think he's smart, laying low, keeping quiet, but the truth is he's made too many enemies. And one of them is finally ready to burn him. Whether it's Vic, someone from the mob, or even Bari, someone let it slip. And once Toussaint starts her hunt, the walls are going to close in fast. But here's where it gets even more dangerous. Toussaint's not just coming for Reg, she's coming for everyone connected to him. That includes Jake. That includes Nuck. That includes anyone who even brushed up against this mess of secrets, lies, and murder. Toussaint has nothing to lose anymore. She's been in this game too long. She's tired of chasing ghosts. Tired of watching young people get caught in the crossfire. And this time, she's going to make it personal. Because she knows Reggie's return means more blood will spill. And she's not about to let another kid like Jake go down with him. So now, she's digging. She's asking questions. She's watching the streets like a hawk. And the more she learns, the more dangerous it becomes for everyone involved. And speaking of danger, let's get back to Bari. Because this man might be holding the key to everything. He saw Nuck kill someone. That alone is enough to put a target on his back. But Bari's not stupid. He knows what that kind of power looks like. He's always been ambitious, always wanted to rise. But now he's realizing that climbing the ladder in this world comes with a price. And maybe, just maybe, he's not willing to pay it. But what choice does he really have? Alicia is breathing down his neck, demanding loyalty and control. Nuck is pulling him deeper into violence. And now Toussaint might be circling him too, trying to break him down. Bari is stuck in the middle. One wrong move, and he could end up dead. Or worse, exposed. Because remember, secrets don't stay buried in the chai. And Bari has more than a few. Let's not forget Tiff either. She may be grieving, but she's not weak. She's starting to question things, starting to feel like something's off. And the more she talks to Kesha, the more those doubts will grow. Kesha's no fool. She knows how the game works, and she's protective of Tiff. So, if Kesha starts to suspect Nuck's got something to hide, you better believe she'll dig. And when she digs, things are going to get dangerous. Because if the truth about Rob's death comes out, if Tiff finds out Nuck was behind it all along, that's a game changer. Not just for her, but for everyone. That kind of revelation could unravel everything. It could blow Nuck's whole operation to pieces. It could make Tiff snap. It could even push her to turn to someone like Toussaint, just to get justice. Because at the end of the day, love isn't enough to erase betrayal. And once Tiff knows the truth, she'll never look at Nuck the same again. Meanwhile, Nuck is spiraling. He's trying to hold it all together. Keep his grip on the mob, maintain his image of power, but inside he's cracking. You can see it in his eyes. Every move he makes now is out of desperation. Killing in broad daylight, threatening people, trying to manipulate Tiff. He's not thinking clearly. He's scared, and that's the most dangerous version of Nuck we've seen yet. Because scared men do stupid things, reckless things, things that can't be undone. And the more he lashes out, the more people are going to turn on him. He's losing control, and he knows it. That's why he goes to Pastor Zeke. That's why he tries to confess, tries to find something, anything that can ground him. But it's too late. The blood is already on his hands, and no sermon is going to wash that away. The chi is heating up fast. Loyalties are shifting, truths are unraveling. And by the time episode 5 ends, someone will be left standing in the ashes. Whether it's Reg getting dragged away in handcuffs, Bari making a deal with Toussaint, or Tiff finally turning her back on Nuck, something big is going to break. And once it does, there's no going back. Every move matters now. Every conversation, every glance, every secret whispered in the dark, it's all building towards something explosive. And we're just days away from watching it all go down. And now, we reach the final turning point, the moment where all these unraveling threads begin to collide. Because episode 5 of The Chi isn't just about what's happening on the surface. It's about the dominoes that are already falling, even if the characters haven't realized it yet. Reg might be walking around like he's untouchable, but that tip Toussaint received was the beginning of the end. Once she knows he's alive, it's only a matter of time before she catches up. And when she does, Reg is either going to run, fight, or try to cut a deal. But what deal could even save him now? He's faked his death, he's hiding out, and he's dragging Jake into his mess. If he tries to take down someone else to save himself, who will it be? Could he throw Nuck under the bus? Or worse, could he betray Bari or even Jake? Reg has already made it clear he'll do whatever it takes to hold on to what little power he still has. And if he's cornered, he might not care who gets hurt. But here's the catch. Reg isn't the only one on the edge. Jake is right there too, torn between his loyalty to his brother and the life he's finally starting to build for himself. This version of Jake isn't the same boy we knew seasons ago. He's growing. He's trying to become a man with his own identity, his own brand, his own future. And now Reg is back, throwing that all into chaos. It's heartbreaking to watch because Jake doesn't want to choose. But the deeper he gets pulled into this conflict, the more it becomes clear. He might have to. If Reg keeps pushing, Jake will have to decide whether to protect his future or his past. And that choice could define him forever. And then there's Vic. He's been quiet lately, staying out of the main crossfire. But don't be fooled. Vic is paying attention. He's watching Reg come back from the dead. He's watching Nuck spiral. And more than anything, he's watching Jake get caught in the middle. Vic's loyalty has always been to family, and Jake feels like family. So, if Reg becomes a threat to Jake's safety, if Nuck keeps dragging people into dangerous territory, Vic might step in. Not for revenge, not for power, but to protect the one person in this mess who still has a chance to make it out clean. And when Vic moves, it's never without consequence. That could mean aligning with Toussaint. It could mean confronting Reg directly, or it could mean pulling strings behind the scenes to dismantle the entire operation. Whatever he decides, it'll be the kind of move that shakes the entire city. But what makes this episode truly terrifying is that nobody sees the full picture yet. Everyone's playing their own game. Nuck is trying to keep Tiff close while hiding his crimes. Tiff is trying to find clarity in her grief, not knowing she's sleeping beside the truth. Bari is caught between power and survival, while Alicia's control is starting to choke the people around her. Toussaint is moving through shadows, Reg is gambling with his life, and Jake is just trying to hold on to something real. These characters don't realize that they're all connected now, trapped in the same web. And every lie, every betrayal, every shot fired is tightening that web until someone breaks. It's no longer a question of if something goes wrong. It's a question of who it's going to take down with it. So, as we head into The Cheer Season 7, Episode 5, keep your eyes on the people who say the least. Because it's the quiet ones, the watchers, the thinkers, the ones who've been pushed too far, who are about to flip the whole board. Reg's arrest might be the headline, but it's just the beginning. Behind it, there's a war brewing. A war for power, for truth, for survival. And as the city begins to crack, only one thing is certain. Not everyone will make it out. The chai is about to explode, and when it does, no secret is safe. Not anymore.